Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a trading card game. With so many decks to choose from, players have lots of choices, from structure decks to constructing your own decks. Players try to take their deck to the top. With so many options, how do you decide? In this series, I'll be taking 3 Albaz Strike structure decks and upgrading the deck every week with $20, with buying sealed products as well as individual cards to try to make the most competitive deck out there. Taking the top the competitors to show everyone out there that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is able to be played on a budget and you can go at your own pace. Throughout the series, we'll be covering a bunch of different variations of the deck to help us get to the top. Stay tuned, because this is Branded Budget. So here we're just ordering just one thing this week. We're getting the Nibiru. So we're making $14 pretty much. Yeah, we'll catch you when the cards come in. Welcome to their Team Solomon Circus deck profile. Now that the cards came in, we're going to go over what we got. So we're still playing the 3 Albaz. You know, heart and soul of the deck. Say it every week. We are not playing any more of the Spring-Ins kit, or as well as the Tri-Brigade Mercurier. So we're still, that's it for the Albaz and friends. Now it's just Albaz and a Luber going at it. We play 1 Ad Libitum, 1 Dramaturge, as well as 2 Tragedies. That's it for the Despia and the Albaz stuff. Now, extremely standard to what regular Albaz or branded Despia is. We're playing the 3 branded Fusion, as well as the 2 branded in red. Nothing has changed here at all. We still play the ratio. They're the correct ones. You got to play them. Then for the Shadal package, we are playing the Shadal Beast, the 2 Wendy, the Dragon, and the Squamata, the Hedgehog. Not much to say about these. We talk about it every week. Beast is OP. Wendy, setting the Hedgehog if you can't draw your Schism is really good as well. And yeah, Dragon is good because you want to hit the back row when you're going second. Then we play the 3 Shadal Fusions. Sends from deck, crazy. You can't ash both of them. And then Schism. That card is one of so many games. Sorry, Angus, but yeah. And now for the new entry, we are playing the 2 Ejim Chains, the Patchworks, and the Polys. Now that we actually have all our cards in, we can play them. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how this works. Hoping that it's not too gas and that we don't end up bricking on a lot of stuff, because we have more bricks now. But polymerization can make some of the Shadal monsters live, so we'll see what happens. We are playing the Fairy Tale Snow, as well as the Call by the Grave. And then for our hand traps, we're playing the 3 Veilers, the 3 Skullmeisters, as well as the 3 Ghost Ogres. I find these are obviously not the best hand traps of the format, but the ones we can afford. Skullmeister is definitely a sleeper. It's only really bad against like Flanderies, which we end up seeing a lot, but it's not that bad at all. It's also not the greatest versus Albaz because, all you can really hit is the Aluber. But you can hit the Mirror Jade as well and stuff like that, and Albion Engrave, so definitely is really, really good if you know what you're hitting. And now for the extra deck, we're still playing the 2 Mirror Jades. Never going to change. Love this card. 2 Lubellions, 2 Albions, and the new Albalentis. We took out the Brigand because we're no longer playing the Tri-Brigade monster, but this card, we're expecting to see a lot more dragons, so hope this card will shine a bit more. That's it for the branded monsters. We're going to go over the Despia. We're playing the Despia Quiritus and the 2 Masquerades. Not technically a Despia monster, but it requires a Despia monster, so pretty much is. This is a Luber's form, if you guys didn't know. Now for the Shadals, we're playing the 2 Winda, and the 1 Construct, and the 1 Apcalone. I've been debating cutting this card altogether because we actually never summon it. We could summon it if we have Wendy in hand, so I guess we're not going to cut it just yet. But for now, it's on the watch list. And for our final card to make it 15, we are playing the Guardian Chimera. Card's insane. We all know it. Pop 2, draw 1. Pop 1, draw 2. Up to you. Card's correct. And now moving on to the side deck. We're still playing the 2 Twin Twisters. We hate the back row decks. 3 Dark Berliner Moors, going second. the two Nibiru's. We didn't play it last week because, you know, only one of them is not worth it, but sometimes we'll be able to see two, more likely to see two. So, Punk Therion, coming for you. Alex, coming for you. We're playing the 3 token collectors. We play Sword Soul every week, so good investment. Not gonna roll Banshee and Zombie World for actually a lot of decks. It's good against Tri Brigade. It's good against Flandre especially. It's decent against Sword Soul. So, you know, now that we have more uses for it, we like it. And we are playing the There Can Only Be One because when we go first, we need a card to side in. So that's what we're playing. We should be always siding in at least 6 cards. 5 or 6, I guess I should say. So now for the cards that we took out. We took out the Aerial. I found that it's not really needed. It does come up sometimes, but right now we're going to test without it. The Mercurier, because without Branded Loss, we're not really seeing it. We'd rather play the 2 Nibiru's on the side. And then obviously for extra deck, we talked about it earlier, we're not playing this anymore, so there's no need to play Brigands. And we're hoping to see more Dragons. A lot of the people that are locals are going to Nats. They're talking about Dragons being some of the best deck. They're popping in and out. I myself am actually playing Dragons when I'm not playing this deck. So with that, like, you know, being the case, I decided that we're not going to play Brigands anymore. We're going to be playing the Albalentus rather than like another card like Draco Spelly or something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll see a Dragon. I mean, I don't want to see a Dragon player, but hopefully we do. If we do, we know we're prepared. So I'll see you at locals, guys. For real this time. So here we're trading our babies in a Hercules Beetle.
The baby.
A Harpy's Feather Duster. So now we're just opening up our OTS pack for this week. We got No Glare, Red Reboot, and a Caius. Pretty ass. So now that we're into the duels, today we're playing Aiden. He's been around locals for a while now. He did take a little bit of a break due to the fact that he was in college and, you know, school's hard to do with locals and homework and work. But now he's back, so he plays Trap Tricks as well as Live Twins. As you guys can see by the mat, made by Amanda LaPalme, or Amanda Moon now. Good friend of ours. So here we won the dice roll. He won the dice roll. He's going to go first. Normal summoning the pink Live Twins. Dealing out for the blue in deck. Linking into the pink. You know, bringing it back. Doing the Live Twin stuff. Bringing back blue. Bringing back pink. Then he gets to draw one. And he links into Sunny Snitch here. And I believe he sets some back row. Yep. That's a pretty standard board for Live Twins. I believe I have Skullmeister in hand here, which is why I'm just reading that. We do start with an Albaz, you know, able to Super Poly away, getting also the Edge Imp Chain effect. He does respond with a Veiler here. We're going to get the Chain effect to add Forever Patchwork. You know, just being a crazy discard as well as, like, because it provides follow-up is insane, but and then here we're going to get to see, we're going to get Polymerization here. And get out we see another, I think we're going into the, so yeah, so we were going Dramaturge as well as, for 3, okay. Getting out Chimera here, you know, popping 1, drawing 2, as well as the Dramaturge being able to special summon itself. Materia is going to activate the effect, summoning out those 2, and then our change all backwards. We draw 2 cards and pop 1. I'm just making sure I understand that the effects do, you know, one's a draw 1, one's a pop 1, whichever one I pop right now. We'll get their effects later on, I believe. So we pop the blue here. here we're going to activate Brand Infusion. That was the other spell in hand, or maybe we drew that one for off, but it's still a great start off or follow up because we are able to make like our Masquerade and stuff, and Masquerade is really good against the live twins. So here we see we're going for Lubellion. Getting out the Snow in Graveyard, it's really good because if he normal summons a live twin and, doesn't have any extenders, we can flip it face down. We can activate the effect here. We're going to activate Dramaturge here, I believe. Getting into Lubellion, which cannot attack. We're going to discard Beast for cost, which is quite unfortunate. I wonder what his back group... Okay, so it's Econ. Okay. He's asking what Lubellion does, and I explained to him that it uses itself as fusion material, or any other card as fusion material. And so he takes the Albion here. Not wanting that in grave, I guess. And here we get out Mirror Jade. We're going to crash the Chimera into the Albion here. And then we're going to activate the Mirror Jade effect, getting rid of the Evil Twin. Getting rid of as many as possible is really good. I believe they play 3 pink, 2 blue, or maybe it's 2 pink, 3 blue. I'm not sure. And we send to the Albalentis, getting the both of them in grave because we do have the Albion that we use to fusion summon. So here we get Shaddoll Fusion. He just scoops it up as well because, we have Shaddoll Fusion and as well as the Brand Infusion, as well as like a big board there. So he knows he's not going to win. With Snow in Graveyard, he has to normal summon a monster. We can just flip it. He has an extender. He could extend a bit, but he's going to need 2 extenders for that. So that's an easy game 1 for us. Here I just believe we're going to side in like 2 Nibiru's as well as probably like Dark Ruler No Mores and stuff like that. He's still learning some of what the Albaz stuff does. We're helping him out with his extra deck as well as his side deck now because, definitely different patterns. And now he's playing like anti-spells and stuff like that. So, we'll definitely come out. He's going to start off with a live twin. We're going to Veiler that. And he's going to have the extender anyways. So, Secret Password here is going to get out the, I believe that's the Rhoda. Getting out the blue-white special summons herself. It's pretty cool to have extenders like that. Good for the deck. Get pink out, pink summon out, getting them linking into blue, blue linking, or special summoning out pink, getting the effect. Going into Sunny Snitch, setting 1 card, and then here we're going to activate Shaddoll Fusion. He's going to call Fusion, and we're going to set 1 card, D-Barrier is so strong, he's going to do some shenanigans, pop 1, draw 1, popping Hedgehog here. Getting the effect to add a Shaddoll monster from hand, because why not? Then we're going to pass here. Should be pretty much game. He's going to normal summon the pink. Linking those away into the transcode. Linking those 2 away into the Sunny Snitch as well. And that should just be game there. So we're going to scoop it up. And yeah, quick game from Live Twins. As you guys can see, they're pretty explosive. And when they do pop off, they can pop off quite successfully. All they really need is a normal summon plus an extender if they if you do have an interruption for them. They're quite fragile to Nibiru because they do summon them like back and back and back to like Link Climb, but that's pretty much any Cyberse Link deck. So the trick for Live Twins is if you burn them out of fuel. I find that the duel goes a lot easier. As you guys can see, game 1 and 2 is pretty quick, so no burn out of fuel for them. But sometimes you get to turn 3 and 4 and stuff like that. They get out of the Link monsters pretty quickly. I think they only played 2 Slimy Snitch, so we're gonna start off here going first. Activating Patchwork, getting 2 cards for practically free. It's a +1, as well as a recovery for Patchwork because Edge Jump Chain. We're gonna activate Polymerization here. Getting Edge Jump Chain plus a Shaddoll monster, which is going to be Squamata. Chain Links are activating. Getting it for the Winda, Link spam deck versus Winda. Sounds pretty good for us, but we'll see here. Here's going to Ash the Wendy. We're going to set 2 and pass. He's going to set 3 himself, and we're going to Twin Twisters here, leaving him with just 1 set. We side in Twin Twisters going second because we don't want to lose to Mine. I know that Aiden plays Mine, not in this deck, but in Trap Tricks, as well as some Sword Soul plays it going second and stuff like that, so we just don't want to lose to it. Here we flip up Hedgehog, getting the thing we just attack with Shaddoll and Squamata, Wendy and Hedgehog. We're going to set 1 and activate Patchwork, getting out the chain as well as the Polymerization. And here we just pass it over. We have Schism set here, so we're pretty much gone, as well as a Winda. So even if he does, so here he imperms our Winda, normal summons the Live Twin, and then we activate the Schism here, making another Winda, which is going to be a heavy problem. It does resolve backwards, so then that's his 1 special summon he has. Imperm should not be on the field, but that's just a misplay there. And then he just scoops it up. So that's game for us, and now we're moving on to match 2, which is going to be against Jacob. Most likely playing, I think he told us he was going to play Dragons, because he's might be taking that to Nats here, but we shall see. And yeah, so we're gonna have the high roll. We get a 1, I believe, and he just beats it, obviously, or we get a 2. We see a Nib in his hand, as well as an Enchantress, getting the Rite of Amarseer to activate, getting the token, representing the Dino Gang, getting out Fateful, obviously, placing it out. He has already the Griffin in hand. Interesting that he didn't chain that to the right. Activating the Fateful, getting out the Draco back, getting a free advantage. Chaos Space here, pitching what I believe is a White Dragon, getting out the black contributing white. And then, Chaos Space to banish, to put back the white on the bottom of the deck and drawing 1 card, being pretty free there. Linking that away into the Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon and white gonna activate, getting 2 cards boot, as well as the light is pretty good. It's really good, actually, +2, as well as an extension. Getting out the white here. It's going to link those 2 away for a Romulus, activating the effect of Romulus. Getting out the Dragon Ravine, able to send 1 card and then Absorber from hand, which he's going to do here. Sending the Absorber from deck, Absorber effect, getting the Rocket Tracer, and the discard for Draco back to equip it is just also so free. Here he's going to have a boot, special summoning boot, or special summoning tracer out. I tell him you should pop the Griffin, but he's not going to do that. Summoning out the Recharger, just level 4 target. And here he's thinking of what he's going to. He could either go into Pepega Ruler, or he could go straight into the Warlord Savage. I believe he's going to go for the risky play here. Which would be the Pepega Ruler, but... So he's going for the Guard Dragon combo. Only leaving Pisty left, RIP, Argipane, as well as LP. And so he's just summoning back, making Boral End. It being huge. Unfortunately, he did already use the Tracer effect, so he cannot extend further. Needing the other extender. So we start off by activating Branded Fusion here. And here he's going to think if he's going to respond, he could always Griffin that, but he's going to let it go through. So here we see us sending a Beast as well as Albaz, pretty standard. Rather than sending a Tragedy. We prefer sending the Beast because that draw one is normally quite good. Keeping the hand size the same because of Bellion's discard. We're going to discard a second Branded Fusion. Going to get Chainlink 1 is going to be Lubellion. Chainlink 2 is going to be Beast, drawing us a card. Then we get to get out the Mirror Jade here. We're going to set one card here. And he's going to have to think. We did set an Albaz. We should have done it in reverse order, getting rid of the Boral End and then attacking into the Griffin. With that monster, but here he just asks if he can read the card, and he said yeah, and so then he summons back. Well, he activates Borland to negate the Mirror Jade, which is why we should have activated or done this first. Then we tell we're going to contact Fuse. It does get a second attack, so it's fine. Mirror Jade's permanently negated. And here we're just going to attack with it twice. And then attack with Mirror Jade for 3,000. We're going to activate Polymerization here, getting rid of those two, going for a Winda. Being able to activate the effects, sending the Wendy as well, and then being able to special or set the Hedgehog, trying to get for that flip trap card. And getting end phase Albalentis is great. Grabbing us that Shadal Fusion. Showing him that it was Hedgehog that we did there. Here he looks at what he has. And we're just thinking here. It's really difficult for them to out a Winda unless he has like Imperm or Dark Ruler No More or something like that. Especially because he went already through this his adventure stuff. Here's gonna activate Boot, special summoning those two back. Because he's considered one special summon. And then he's going to tribute summon for Nibiru here. We're going to activate Branded in red, targeting the Albaz, adding it back to hand, and then fusing off with those three monsters for a pop 2, draw 1, and then he just scoops it up there. So we take game 1 there. Never thought I'd see a tribute summon for Nibiru with Boot Sector launch. But sometimes you just got to make those plays. The Dragon board is quite an interesting thing to side against because they do some of the tokens, which is really, really good for their deck. But the problem is if they just don't have access to the tokens, then you just are really kind of wasting a spot for Token Collector. We are playing 9 hand traps, so we're able to play significant amount. It's not like we're playing like regular Despia where it's all gas, no hand traps. So we're just sitting there like trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, here we just see siding in. You know, D barrier, so we still lose to that, but I wish we found a way we couldn't lose to it, but unfortunately we do, but that's fine. So here's going to go first. I assume we see a Noctovision, a Tracer. He's going to normal summon the Tracer, link it away into Striker Dragon, activate Noctovision's effect, so summoning itself out, getting also the boot. Going to link those two off into a Romulus, activate Romulus effect here, getting the Dragon Ravine, as well as the Noctovision draw one. We see a Red Rose in hand. He's going to activate Right, special summon out the token, as well as placing the Fateful Adventurer. Is that a Foolish Return we see in this hand as well, I think? Can activate Fateful Effect. He's going to banish a Dark to get a Light, activate Fateful Effect, then getting the Draco back, and then, you know, activating a second effect, getting Griffin, discarding the Draco back, equipping it, you know. We all know this. Can activate Dragon Ravine here, discarding, or I think pitching. Unfortunately, we can't see it, but he does send the Absor Router to get the Tracer to hand. I'm going to do some Guard Dragon combos, getting out the Triple Burst, my bad. And he's going to have Pisty to summon out the Red Rose, which he discarded off the Dragon Ravine. Going to link those two off into the Seal. He's going to go those two into Baron, Griffin, as well as the Red Rose. Red Rose effect is going to activate, adding the Rox Rose. Rox Rose effect is going to add the Basil Rose Shoot when it's special summoned. Going to link those two away, or synchro those two away for a Shooting Riser. Shooting Riser's effect is going to activate here, dumping the Snow from Graveyard, or to Graveyard, making it a level 3. He's going to activate Basil Rose Shoot here, summoning out the Rox Rose, linking those two away for an IP Masquerena. And then he just remembered that, you know, those effects, that the Draco pack is no longer there. I know 2 cards in his hand, and then he passes over to us with 1 set. So we know he has 3 interruptions here. We do start off with a Branded Fusion. He also has 4 in the form of Snow as well in Graveyard. So he has Baron Negate, IP, Seals, and Snow. So whatever that set card is. We go for our normal Beast and Albaz. Getting Lubellion. Lubellion effect's going to activate here. Pitching the Tragedy. And then he's going to use Seals here. Shuffling Tragedy as well as Albaz back in deck for a Quiritus. Going to special summon Nocto off the Absor Router, or off the Seals. We're going to normal summon an Aluber, activate the effect here, getting the Branded in red. We're going to activate the Quiritus effect here, you know, trying to force a negate out, because if he doesn't, then all his monsters go to 0. He's also just able to activate IP or Snow as well. Asks us if we have any cards in hand that he knows of. We show him the Branded in red. he negates that. He negates and destroys that with Baron, and then we get to summon out an Albaz. Albaz effect's going to activate. We're going to pitch, I believe that's an Aluber as well, to fuse with Albaz here. He's going to chain IP, going into the Unicorn. We read Unicorn to make sure if we do fuse with it, will it still have the effects, which it does not. So we're then going to fuse using it and going into the Mirror Jade with Albaz and the Unicorn. Then activate the Mirror Jade's effect, sending the Albion, and then going to battle phase, attacking for 48. Then we're going to activate the Patchwork, getting out the Chain as well as Polymerization. Setting one card. And then end phase, we'll be able to add the Branded Fusion to our hand with the Albion. We already have a Branded in red, so we can assume that that's what's set. But having more follow-up is never a bad thing. So we're going to activate Dragon Ravine here, pitching to dump. I'm going to activate Boot here. With us controlling more monsters, able to special summon 2 from the graveyard. We're going to activate the Branded in red here. He's going to chain the Fool's Return, targeting to our target. Making that Branded red does not resolve. Summoning out Tracer as well as, or just Tracer from the graveyard. He's going to banish Temple to add Right. Then activate Right here, giving out the token. He's going to look at his extra deck, seeing what play he has. He has not used Warlord Savage yet, or Pepega Ruler here, so his synchro lines are all available, minus the... He's going to activate Snow, banishing 7. Not too important, summoning it out. Thinking on if he's going to activate the effect here. Tracer effect's going to activate, popping the Fateful, getting out the Recharger. And here he's going to, I believe, synchro. Or no, he's just thinking here. He is Dark Locked from the extra deck. Linking or synchroing those two off into the Savage equipping Triple Burst, having 3 negates and 12 more attack. Here he's going to activate, paying half his life points, special move to Strudo. Just thinking here, I believe you already went through Boral End. So we're going to go for Pepega Ruler, milling 5, hitting Chaos Space as well as the Temple. Summoning out Snow once again. He's going to link all 4 of those away for Access Code. Then Access Code effect's going to activate, banish, pop, 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 and I believe this should be game. We are like a minute away from time, so here's just trying to deal me the damage that we can go into the final round with 32 seconds left on the timer. He has game here, so we know that we ended up with a tie because none of us are able to deal enough damage in the 32 seconds, and we just take it. But yeah, that's quite unfortunate there. But yeah, we're going to the next game. So here for our game 3, we're playing against Dylan. Dylan is also playing Dragon Link. It's his first time on the channel here, and we do see that he wins a die roll here, I believe. Or I win the die roll here, so I set 1, which is a horrible end board. He's going to start off by activating Temple, getting the right, summon token, getting a Fateful. Pretty standard chart from Dragon Link, if they have it, they have it. Going to normal summon the Synchro Rocket, linking off into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon can activate the effect, adding the Boot And then Fateful is going to activate as well, adding the Draco back. Draco back effect is going to Fateful secondary effect is going to just discard the Draco back. Draco back is going to equip itself. Here he's going to activate the Griffin, special summoning it out. He's going to banish to get out white, then link off into Romulus here. Then he's going to get the white effect, getting out the black from his hand. He's going to activate Dragon Ravine. Sending the Nib from his hand to send Abster. We're going to Skullmeister that. He's going to quick launch, getting out the Tracer. Not making much of a difference, just, stopping some of the board here. Here he's just thinking, going to link those two away for a Hulk. I'm going to Valor that. He's thinking he's going to chain with the... he has a choice to negate here, depending on if that Hulk line is what he's going to bait on. And here he negates with the Griffin, Something with that red rose is just too crucial for it. It's going to activate Draco back effect here. Bouncing my set back to my hand. And he's going to link those two away for a Shooting Riser. It able to dump Snow as well as getting the Red Rose effect, getting out the Rocks Rose, and Roger getting Basil is just huge. Practically getting like a +2. Then he links that away into a Pisty, then link those two away for a Triple Burst. Pisty effect is going to be able to activate here. Summoning out the Tracer. And right away you can just make the Boral End here if you really wanted to. Which is huge, just being able to do that. You can activate Tracer here, popping the Dragon Ravine, and then get special summoning the Recharger. Going to then... Here he's just thinking, I believe that's the right play. You link all those off for Borderland here. You could just negate the effect of either of those rockets that you leave on field. Oh, so here he's going to... I believe he's going to go get greedy and summon out the Pepega Ruler. Milling 5. Hitting a bunch of lights and darks. Going to link those 3 away into the Boral End here. Going to activate the Pepega Ruler in Graveyard, banishing a light and a dark. We're going to Skullmeister that. He accesses the card we have. He activates Basil Rose, shoots us with the Rocks Rose. And then he's going to activate the end, negating the Rocks Rose, assessing out the Tracer here. He's going to try Battle Phase, attacking us for 35 as well as the with the Tracer. Going to link those both off for an IP. And pass, we're going to set 1 here. He's going to activate Snow, banishing 7. Just getting that IP live. Linking those 2 away immediately into a Unicorn. And here we're just going to scoop it up. He's him having too much. He goes OTK next turn. We just had such a bad hand, as we could see, 3 hand traps. Great, but not great against Dragon Link. One just has so much. The deck is all just gas. So here we're just siding in. It's good because Skullmeister is able to hit a lot of the cards in Dragon Link, which is probably hits some of the best cards in Dragon Link. But it just has too much gas there. You need a high impact as well as a low impact. So Nibiru and stuff like that. Even Gamma can be high impact enough if you just time it well. But unfortunately, if they open right and stuff, you're just kind of out of luck. So here we're going into game 2. We're currently at 1 win and 1 tie for this tournament. And it's the final round here, so we could get third or second if we do win against Dragons, but that's not very likely here. So we see us going first. We activate Polymerization, pitching, Chain, and Beast going out for the Winda. Able to activate both of those effects here, searching for the Patchwork as well as drawing one off of Beast. I'm going to activate Patchwork here, getting out the Chain and the Polymerization. Setting 1 card and then passing. Hoping that that's good enough. You know, Winda is hard to beat. We do see a Gamma in his hand as well as a Dark Ruler no more. So Winda's not going to do anything here. He's going to play Fateful. Getting out the Temple and then discarding the Temple here, I believe. Back for Temple, we're going to Skullmeister that. He's going to Gamma us, which is just insane. Him able to like make Pepega Ruler, any Link 2, I guess. He could also make IP or whatever he wants to. But just huge. Also getting the Draco back free search there is pretty big. He's going to play right here, getting out the token. Going to play Draco back, bouncing our back row to our hand. Going to synchro those two off for a Pepega Ruler. Pepega Ruler is going to mill 5. He's just asking us to cut first. See Ash, Abso, Rocket, Dark Ruler no more. He's going to Abs is going to activate in the graveyard, getting out the Tracer. He's able to normal summon Rocket Synchron. No effect because he did activate right. Linking those two off into Halky Fibrax. Hulk is going to activate. He does side out the Rockstro stuff going second. So we'll see what he summons out instead. He did have to normal summon his Trace or his Synchron, so we can't summon that one out to go into the level 9 with the Pepega Ruler. He's going to summon out Veiler instead, so pretty much the same thing. Going to activate the effects, banishing a Light and a Dark to summon out Pepega Ruler, link or synchroing those two off into the Red Dragon. Then he's going to activate Boots, summoning out the Tracer. Going to activate Boots effect, blowing up the Draco back to get out the Recharger. Then synchroing those two off. Or linking just one off into the Pisty. Going to link those two off for a triple burst. Pisty effect's going to summon back the Tracer here. He's going to then link everything off into a Borland. Borland's going to negate the Tracer, summon out the Recharger. Going to link those two off into the IP. Then going to pass this turn here. I'm going to set one. He's going to have to think here, you know, being afraid that it is a Albaz. He has to choose wisely here, because even if it's not an Albaz, if he's just getting baited, or if he chooses to use his like IP right now, or you know, even his Borland, just like a conscious choice he has to make, because he is going to either waste a negate either way. Because if it's not an Albaz, he has to. which is why setting 1 card versus the Dragon Link card is like insane. Even if it is as a bait and you want to get rid of like something, he's gonna activate IP here, going into the unicorn, asks us to show if it's the Albaz. We said no, it wasn't. It was a tragedy. He's like, oh my god. He's like, but he had to, right? You had to. So here he activates polymerization, the Wendy as well as the ad libitum. Going for a Winda, not the greatest board. It's pretty much game for us, but we have something. And here we just scoop it up, GG's for Dylan, and we're 1-1-1.